That's deep. There I'm off on my attempt to run an extreme winter mile, and I had no idea what I had put myself up for. My personal record for the mile on the track is 4:34, but this is a different kind of challenge. After just the first few seconds here, I already start to feel how brutal this will be. So no, I'm not going to PR in this deep snow. So why am I even out here struggling to just move forwards? After some weeks with extreme amounts of snow and really cold weather here in Norway, I got genuinely curious of what time I actually could do if I ran an all-out mile in this deep snow. Even though I'm always up for a physical challenge, I at first thought it was just a stupid idea. But then I pitched the idea to my wife in our podcast. What time do you think I will run in deep snow?
25 minutes.
25 minutes? That's really slow.
You can't run in that.
You can't run in that. Okay, I will prove you wrong. I will prove you wrong. Okay, that's all the motivation I needed. 25 minutes and you can't run in that. Really? Okay, I will show you that I will run well under 25 minutes. So yeah, 3 days later I found myself here in knee-deep snow and extreme cold to prove my wife wrong and to get a fun physical challenge in this winter wonderland. But to be honest, as you can see, I'm already struggling to move forwards at a decent pace. And I'm starting to get worried that my wife was right and I was going to spend the better part of half an hour struggling to get a mile done. Knowing how to pace this thing was close to impossible since I had nothing to compare against. But judging on the feeling in my legs, I had started out too hard. And in this slight uphill here, I have to mix up the running with some walking. Even though it might not look like it from how slow I'm moving, I'm already on my limit and need to find an intensity that I can withstand through this whole mile. Before doing this attempt, I asked you, my subscribers on YouTube, what time you think I could do for a mile in this deep snow. And it turns out you really believe in my abilities when it comes to snow running. The majority thought that I was going to be able to do it in under 15 minutes. So in order to not let you down, I decided to set that as my goal, to get a sub 15. There I checked my watch to see how I'm doing, and after running 400 meters, I am actually on a pace to do a sub 50 minutes. Although that fact motivates me, seeing how far I have to go feels daunting, since I'm already in so much pain in my legs. The route I had planned is half a mile, so I will run 2 laps on this route. And although most of it is on a pretty flat and open field, this part here is the toughest, and fighting over this little hill was tough. And I had to really slow down. I do my best to keep moving at a decent pace. At this slight downhill, I actually managed to speed up a bit, so I can really feel the difference from when it's just going slight uphill or slight downhill. It makes it so much easier to move on this downhill. And here I actually managed to enjoy this kind of weird running. I'm approaching the halfway mark and I have found a rhythm with a mix of walking and running that I hope to be able to keep for the whole mile. But I really have to work inside my head to keep pushing, because it's this really weird feeling of pushing so hard but barely moving forwards. I try to think as little as possible of how long it is left and just focus on the moment and handling the pain. Because what often makes us really slow down is not how hard it is in this moment, it is the thought that it will be this painful and even worse for so much longer. But I'm actually glad that I get to push my body hard again and also try to focus on the fact that I actually get to challenge myself and push myself to the limit. After some months with a foot injury, this was a perfect challenge since the soft snow gives really little impact on my foot. It is a slight uphill in this last part of the first lap, and here I just have to stick to walking, trying to take long steps and also use my hands to push on my knees. As you can see, starting on the second lap, I of course don't run in my own track since that would be cheating. At the half point here I was just off 15-minute pace, so at this point I realized that it will be really hard, but I'm not giving up on that. So I'm ready to fight hard for another lap, but with my legs filled with lactic acid, I find myself wondering how I even will be able to keep moving for another lap. And get worried that I will bonk completely and finish closer to that 25-minute prediction. On races or challenges like this, negative thoughts like that is natural to have popping up. What I try to do when that happens is just accept them and focus on what I can control here and now. And from here on I just focus on 10 meters at a time, doing my best to keep a good pace. Here I check my watch and can see that I really need to speed up if I'm going to get a sub 15. And I'm ready to give it my all to the finish, but to be honest, this second lap has been brutally tough. And I have to work mentally every second to not just lay down in the snow. At this point I'm also starting to feel the cold temperature affect me. Since I'm working hard, most of my body is warm, but my toes that has been buried down in the deep snow for most of this challenge are starting to get extremely cold. So in many ways I'm happy to soon be done with this. While I'm working hard here trying to speed up to get under 15 minutes, I want to take the opportunity to thank the Patreon supporters of this channel. That podcast clip you saw earlier was from a Patreon exclusive podcast. So if you want to check out that and get a lot of other bonus content and training assets and support my channel, you can check out my Patreon page. There's a link in the description to this video. Here I have to give up on getting under 15 minutes, so sorry to those of you who voted on that and believed in me. But I'm still determined to prove my wife wrong and finish well under 20 minutes. And here I try to speed up and start running, but there is not much left in my legs at this point. Here I sprint with the last bit of power I have left in my legs, and even though I did not get a sub 15 minutes, I got the main thing I was looking for. To do something hard and uncomfortable, because this gives me so much value in my everyday life. There I finished in a time of 16:22. That was tough. But also a lot of fun. So I encourage you to do a running challenge of some sort yourself. But if you want some more motivation first, you can click here to see me do more crazy running challenges.